Hello people, my name is Rage and welcome and all to my Afterbirth Synergy Lab, the place that you can always come for that familiar comfort. Well, actually, that's not true at all, because there's loads of sharp edges and cold harsh metal and chemicals that would disfigure you forever, that not even your mother could love you anymore, as well as chemicals that literally makes your mother forget you so she wouldn't love you anymore, as well as chemicals that would delete your mother from existence so therefore she can't love you anymore because she's not real. I don't know why that was the focus of that, but we also can come here for safety. Which I guess isn't really true either, because of all the explosions and the death and the beams. So I guess you can come here for the familiar. Echoing off the walls. Okay, no, let me explain that one. Also, I think I need to go to a therapist. I feel like I just subconsciously revealed some very deep issues I have. But, you know, that aside, that's actually secretly why I make YouTube videos. It was initially just an idea for my therapist to really help me work out my issues. And I guess it must be working, because now thousands of you across thousands of videos know just how messed up I am. But it's okay, because you keep tolerating me. Good times, good times. I honestly don't know how my family and therapist can afford to pay you all to indulge me. I really don't, but I thank my lucky stars I can live in this well of blissful ignorance. So we're gonna grab Brimstone, because we're going to finally do Brimstone, which is a long and frequently requested one. In fact, probably the most requested, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But what I am going to say is, thinking about it when I was doing the I was trying to actually mimic it echoing off the cold walls of the laboratory. So, like, while you're here working in the lab, you constantly hear, just like on a speaker system, just always background noise of evil laughter. You know, like when you're in a shop or a supermarket, there tends to be background music being played just to brighten the experience. Well, in my evil lab, it's just permanent recordings of various evil laughters going on from all of the various scientists, which is, of course, you guys, you know. How good is your evil laugh? That's the question, which actually sounds like a game show, isn't it? My name is Rage, and I'm your host. Welcome to How Good Is Your Evil Laugh? Today, we have Thomas stepping up to the chair. He's going to be trying to show us just how good his evil laugh is. Question 1. You've just successfully kidnapped a person's entire family and are now threatening them for the ransom money. Show us your evil laugh.
Well, Rage, I've been practicing for this situation, exactly as you describe it, and I think I've got the perfect laugh. Alright, so, I need the ransom money by tomorrow! Ma-ha-ha! Ma-ha-ha!
Well, that's quite the nice, interesting twist on that one. A good bit of moise going in there and a nice little trailing on the A's. What do our judges make of that? It, like, swooshes across the camera, and there's loads of people rapidly making notes, kind of like Robot Wars, where the judges decide a winner, and then they hold up little cards on a scale of evil. It's like goes all the way from a kitten to a picture of Satan. Alright, so that's gonna be a thing. How many of you would be on my game show? Come on now, you all would. So we will grab ourselves Mutant Spider, the Inner Eye, the 2020, of course, and the Dunce Cat, because let's be honest, you guys know it's happening. Yes, indeed. So much brimstone! Blah, it's great. So, the reason, the rhyme, and the what for, that there's not been a Brimstone one yet is because it's actually really freaking difficult. We're also going to grab my reflection so we can start, like, getting really weird, lazy Brimstones as they go around. It's actually really difficult to do a ridiculous Brimstone synergy, because I feel like every synergy lab has been something that kind of makes you go, whoa, that is fucking cool. I didn't even know that was possible in Afterbirth. Oh man, that is a treat. And I kind of want to maintain that. But at the same time, people obviously want the classics. You want your Dr. Fetus, you want your Epic Fetus, you want your Brimstone, your Mum's Knife, though the Mum's Knife one was still just, oh, it was good. But, you know, we want the big, classic, powerful, good Isaac items represented, and I get that, and me too as well. So I have been toiling hard, so goddamn hard, to find me a Brimstone synergy that I think is worthy of the lab, and that we haven't seen before. Because think about the amount of Brimstone Seed of the Weeks, the amount of Brimstone random shenanigans we've viewed, and bouncing and homing, and combined with Ludo to get the circle of it, combined with Monstro's Lung and Tech X to fire multiple circles. We've just had loads of configurations of Brimstone, and inherently Brimstone doesn't really change. All you can really do is affect how the beam behaves, which is kind of unique to it. So I've really been working hard, toiling away to the wee hours of the morning to find something that I think, yeah, I like this. So what you can do is add yourself a colour in. You can choose one of the many colours. And yes, we're going to get rubber cement, because of course we're going to be bouncing our Brimstone. I mean, really, was there any doubt in your mind? And already, this does look pretty cool, because you get a lovely crisscross pattern across, what was that, self? Across the room, which looks really nice, like a comforting, warm, woven blanket that will also obliterate every atom in your body. That actually sounds like some cool combo equipment we could make here in the lab. Come get your comforting Destructo blanket. Got an enemy you're wanting to destroy who's a big fan of comfy things? He'll fall for this hook, left, right, and sinker. Alright, so we'll get that going, but still, even though this is cool, it's not like, oh my god, I'm going crazy cool. You know, it's not, oh my god, I'm going crazy cool. So, let's keep this going. We're going to add ourselves Tech 1, because it's really, really good. And it gives it that extra little sheen, which is awesome. I'm also going to grab soy milk so we can fire very rapid brimstones, and at the same time grab Libra, very common combination. So now we've got ourselves a little bit more oomph, although it doesn't actually raise the brimstone damage that much. So what you can do is get yourself the colors, like if you want a pink one, you can get the charm teas, but I think we'll stick with classic red brimstone, because I think we don't have that enough. You could also have green brimstone, yellow brimstone. So really, if this was a recipe, it would be add spices and salt to taste, you know, a kind of like do the thing. So we're now firing a lot of brimstone. Like, look at this. This is quite the ridiculousness, like I will definitely admit. But, you know, this is not where we're going for it. So I'm going to grab the row of these, as per usual, just kind of pad out our stats thanks to Libra. But again, having brimstone kind of makes this a little bit weird, which I'm not entirely sure about, but there we have it. And I do really like the idea of having a different evil laugh for every situation. So now we've reached kind of 3 attack damage. And see, while I like this, I do, it's very just similar to the technology seed that with this synergy lab that we had last time, but with brimstone, which I'm not necessarily happy about, because I want to do something that's kind of unique to brimstone. So we're gonna move on for now to the next floor, and we'll add more to it next time. Though admittedly, this is very fun. Like, it's really cool. It really, really is. So we'll blast through that. Quite literally blast through. Oh, that. Because if you had an evil laugh for every situation, you could then print like an evil laugh translation language guidebook that would teach people how to properly understand what it is you've evil laughed. Because if evil villain society develops to the point where we don't even need words, we make our demands in just laughter. So you contact the president to make your world-ending demand, a la Dr. Evil, and instead of I demand $1 billion. And yes, I put my little finger above my lip, even though you can't tell or see, but I want you to know I was genuine in my impression. And he answers, and then you're like, ha 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 ha, and then boop, you put the call down. And they're gonna be like, holy shit, what did he just say? And then there's just a dude there, well, I'm actually trained in 7 forms of evil laughology, and if you'll give me a moment, I shall figure out what it is that is going on. So now we're going to add ourselves a tiny planet, and, you know, does kind of get a little bit ridiculous, but really, it's just a sea of brimstone. To me, this isn't that cool. Like, it's all, you know, I mean, it still is cool. Let me quantify that. Like, in a small room like this, it is just everything is full of technology brimstone, that's pretty cool. But again, I want something that's not really, I guess it's not unique, it's as unique as this is, but it looks nice. That was kind of cool, just getting with the bash of it, and I do like the spread. Alright, so we'll go to the item room, and what we're going to grab is actually Proptosis, and I know it makes the damage bad, but what it really does, look, is thin out the brimstone, and this is very important. Like, if I was a chef, and I was telling you to make pastry here, you gotta really get that dough, you gotta really knead it in, and you gotta make sure it's wafer thin to get that best puff out in the oven, because of course, puff pastry is the king of all pastries, and if you disagree, you are wrong. Short crust ain't got nothing on that flaky goodness, and I will literally fight you about it. So we've got that going on, and that looks pretty good, yes indeed. And because we've got ourselves the boomerang, it's just kind of like, whoa, whoa, what's going on? And I do definitely like it. So we've not got much left to add to this, if I'm honest with you, and we do definitely have a trinket that really does help make this, because you may have guessed that that was going to be a factor. I just don't remember if there's anything left in here, because I don't believe that there is, but you never know with me. No, you never know. We don't need Loki's horns or anything like that for reasons you shall discover, and we also definitely don't want homing, because that just ruins the pattern of it. And what I do like is that the damage down from Proptosis, like with the technology, does definitely give the ability for the enemies just to chill in the brimstone for a while and kind of just experience the pain, because it's no fun completely obliterating someone cell by cell if it happens straight away and they can't experience the pain. No, you want to really indulge the horror of someone having to watch their arm get eroded. You know, that's much more satisfying. At least then you could at least savor some screams. I mean, come on now, Psychopathy 101. Jesus, guys, did you not do your homework? I mean, God, Mr. Professor Evil is going to so give me a bonus evil star. Oh, shut up, Rage. You're such an evil's pet. Well, that's because I'm going to be a better evil genius than all of you guys one day. That needs to be a film! Evil Genius High School, where everyone is just an evil genius in training. Why is that not a thing? Because that should be a thing. It really should. So we can also add ourselves Mysterious Liquid, which does just add the lovely line of death around where it touches, which is very, very good. And then we are going to go to the over here, that's the one I remember now, and then we're going to grab ourselves magnet tears, because it's very nice to force people to stay in it. So we got a very nice little thinning out pattern of brimstone here, and I do very much like it. And obviously the big advantage is how fast I can fire, but obviously you don't really need that for general brimstone, because it cancels your brimstone to start charging your brimstone. So you may be wondering why I've gone out my way to have such low damage but such fast firing. Well, obviously I've thought of that, as I tend to do. That was kind of cool. It just sort of flash-fired brimstone. Definitely very anime movie. Okay, so if we head in here, we can grab something like Polyphemus just to give ourselves a little bit more stats, but it's very hard to get above 3 damage with this. I've never really made it happen, so I do like the amount of magnetism in this is kind of ripping items off its pedestal too. That's very, very cool to me. Okay, well, let us continue on, and then we will finish the synergy on the next floor. Yes, indeed. Careful, the one room I can't just obliterate with lasers to get rid of. Whatever will I do? Because obviously when somebody gets attracted to the center part, it does look very, very sweet. Careful, careful, and there we go. Hello, Loki. Goodbye, Loki. Alright, let's complete the synergy then. And I think after I've literally spent about 6 hours trying item combinations, this really is what I want. So we're going to grab ourselves. Well, first I'll actually show you all the worms, because I forgot about that. I forgot the obviously the magnetic tears was a factor. That's awkward. Did I not get? Hang on. No, I do have bouncing tears, right? Yeah, it's just all going like really twirly. I'm kind of confused. Surely I should be bouncing a lot more than this. Am I going crazy, or did I not pick up bouncing tears? I'm really... I mean, I could always pick them up again and make sure. Let me go and then... No, I did. That was weirding me out. I swear it didn't look like it was bouncing that much. But no, that's fine. I kind of just... I played myself. I just played myself. So the one that we do actually want is the ringworm. Now, if I can grab that one, and then... Oh, no, not the ringworm. I totally lied to you. I'm sorry. Can you ever forgive me? Where are you, correct worm? Where are you? Oh god, I just mashed the thing. You know what this is like? This is like an episode of Extreme Hoarders. Here we have Rage, who has decided to collect various objects, and it's starting to affect his personal life. His wife is thinking of leaving him because it's just become an obsession. His family barely talk to him. They can't even move in his house. He's become a shut-in, just hoarding his stuff. He's got toenails and poker chips and cracked dice and literally a child's head, some mushrooms, various pennies in various states. He's got actual stuffed taxidermy worms. We don't even know how he's done that. He's got ribs. He's got a living growth of cancer, broken ankles, an actual child's heart, animal parts, some of them still bleeding, various bugs and other afflictions. He just won't stop. It actually is all these trinkets. It's just a really weird, like, a hoarder problem. Where the fuck is the trinket that I want? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, because we can go get Mum's purse and then get 2 trinkets. But god damn it! That sucks so hard. That really, really sucks so hard. So we'll grab that, and now we have more trinket room. Alright, that was unexpected. If I'm honest with you, that was definitely very unexpected. So if we could actually go complete the synergy, that'd be great. That'd be really, really swell. I don't know if I should change the color of it or if I should leave it normal brimstone. It's just red for me definitely very much shows up the tech one more than anything else. So now we can get ourselves a second trinket. If you'll excuse me, I believe I saw it on the way out of here. Yes, I did. So, the final 2 items that we are wanting to get. Well, we can get tractor beams. It doesn't really make a difference. And then, come on, let me get it. Alright, we got Wiggle Worm! Here we go. So that makes everything look quite mental. Still not ridiculous. Well, it is ridiculous. At this point, I do love this. Like, this looks great with a little bit of wiggle. But our final item is going to be anti-gravity. And those astute amongst you who may have realized that's why we want super fast attack speed, that is indeed why we want super fast attack speed. So there it is. Now if I can please scoot over to a room that doesn't have loads of crap in, that would be wonderful. And I can start to show you why. So we'll fire one there. And then look at that. So that doesn't look as impressive as what we had before. But the reason I really love this, and the reason this is what I went with, is if we just move up down the line, doing that, we just have this really cool brimstone wave going back and forth across the room, just permanently thinning out, looking really badass, just waving backwards and forwards in the destruction. And then the actual curve of the brimstone as it comes out the portal is really cool, and then we have it mirrored on the other side of the room as it fires back towards us. And I just think this is very, very unique and not something we normally see, because this really does require a lot of items. I just love this slow waving back and forth brimstone. I really, really do. I think it just looks fantastic. And you know what? Fuck it. Let's make it purple, because I've just realized that we can't actually see the tech on it. So if we do this and then rapidly come over here and make the items, like, it just, I love it. I don't know what it is. It looks like almost a fist. Like, imagine the left side is a fist, and then it's like Wolverine claws come out, but they're wavy and made of brimstone. That's kind of want to call it the Brimstone Wolverine. I think that's a good way of putting it, and I think it's very, very badass. So just go along the room, and then just wavy, wavy brimstone backwards and forwards, just chilling one after another. I mean, is it not a really nice, just very cool to look at, almost relaxing way of having brimstone? I just think it looks great, and I think it's so much nicer than just filling the room with brimstone. And you see why we need proptosis, because without the thinning of the beams, you couldn't really tell what was going on here. And I don't know what it is, it just really appeals to me, seeing it waft backwards and forward, like a palm tree bending in the wind, but, you know, kind of like made out of dead blood razor type thing. So we will get charm tears and have a lovely pink version of it. Oh, would you look at that? And just slowly wafting across the room as if, like, is that not great in a big room? How sick does that look? Just this backwards and forwards whoop, whoop, whoop of brimstone beams. I just think it's phenomenal. Alright, I'm going to grab a crap ton of damage because I really want to increase the damage of this because the tiers are always going to be there. We can't take 2 polyphemuses because we used our double up on the extra shot, so we'll grab that too, and we should be a little bit better. Just keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, and it just keeps reinforcing itself. You don't even need to move. You can just stand there and just let it waft backwards and forwards. Okay, I do kind of like it in the pink variation. I will fully admit there. So the best way that I found to actually get damage on this, which I'll go to... Holy shit! Need the boss right now, need the boss. I just had a moment of, hang on a minute, the boss rush, you need to die. Okay, alright, okay, okay, alright, I did it, nobody panic. You know what, fuck it, let's take Mum's eye. I doubt it'll even matter that much. So in theory, what I want to be able to do here is actually just beat the boss rush by standing still and then doing the boss rush test. Oh, would you look at that? That was actually a really good idea. I never tried Mum's eye in the back of my head because I thought it would ruin it, but look, it's giving this single every now and then tendril that's just really doing a full swing 180 of the entire brimstone, like whipping round like a brimstone whip. A very, very licorice brimstone whip. That's fantastic. Look at this. I'm so happy with it. I really am. I think I found a very, very cool, unique way to make brimstone very, very neat in a way that we've not seen before. Alright, you need to die. There we go. And it's still killing people reasonably quick. Despite everything, you got to admit, it's still very much annihilating people, which is always fantastic. So, what do you think, guys? Visuals out of 10, power out of 10, difficulty out of 10, survivability out of 10, and general, how you feel about it out of 10. Let's have your discussion, my fellow scientists. Yes, indeed. Keep it going, keep it wafting, just keep it destroying all. I do need to get a little bit of survivability because it is kind of attracting people near me, which kind of sucks. I mean, it's not that bad, but it does suck just a little bit. And we could just start strafing up and down. The one disadvantage to this is it's really going to be a workout for your finger, I think, to constantly do them and release them as we go down. Oh, I just love it. Absolutely love it. I really, really do. I've tried it with Incubus, but doubling up actually just makes too much noise in the room, and you can't really pick out the individualness enough. Like, it just looks like a mash of solid brimstone. You can't see the waves well enough, so I don't really like it doubled up with Incubus. But apart from that, yeah, there we go, everyone. Why am I slowly... Oh, is the weapon counting? I feel like the weapon's counting. Oh, God, it's like I'm being attacked by evil freaking zombie trinkets. No! No! I'm going to have to use the boss teleport so I don't get forced to take random trinkets. I mean, it doesn't matter, does, getting Headless Baby. You can't even see him, but it's just the principle that I really, really don't want Headless Baby anywhere near me. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's see if I can quickly grab... Is there any survivability in the main room? Holy crap, there isn't. Oh my God, does this mean we're going to actually have to play well? Oh my word. Oh my word. Alright, we're just going to have to go for it here. What I'm actually going to do is take Guillotine. And the reason for that is I try my best to grab Wiggle, Waggle, Worm, and then get the hell out of town. There we go. It's because what this'll do if I can finish this room off. Thank you very much. So what this'll do, if I just stand still, is it should, without me having to move, just give me, oh, look at that, a really nice natural variation on it as I keep making them spawn from slightly different circles. I'm very happy I thought about guillotine there, because even in 6 hours, it's impossible to think of and try every single combination, so I'm really happy that happened. Oh, man. Okay, let's go find our boss and see how it reacts to it. Yeah, I really... Oh, that looked great as well! Just look phenomenal. Oh, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Because Brimstone, I imagine, is probably most people's favorite item when it comes to Isaac. I think it's gotta be up there, right? Like, how many of you would put Brimstone on your top 5 favorite items of all time list? Because I think most people definitely would. And honestly, I could understand why. In fact, it's on mine as well. It just is, because it's just so satisfying to have a good bit of Brimstone. It really, really is. Though for some reason I'm very much struggling to kill just frickin' Mother, but that's fine. Let's go to the Hush then. Now I am a little bit concerned, I will fully admit, at how this is going to handle the Hush, because I have a feeling the answer is not so well, because this is definitely more a visual synergy than it is a instantly crush everything synergy. I can't believe I'm actually having to check for any. Hey, the relic will do. I mean, not for right now, but that's okay, right? And then we'll grab ourselves a little bit of health. I mean, this should be still enough to take the Hush, but you know, I often get paranoid, as we discussed in length earlier. Okay, let's do this thing. So, in theory, as long as I start... Oh, wow, that actually did a real number to Baby there. So why did it struggle so much? Oh, wow, no, that's actually doing a really, really good amount of damage. Not ridiculous, but a really solid amount of damage there as I'm watching the various... It kind of almost feels like tentacles wafting around like the bottom of a jellyfish, doesn't it? As we... Oh, this looks great! As I go around the Hush in a circle and keep making them happen. That looked wonderful. Fortunately, I can't now because of all the tears threatening to kill me, but that did look truly fantastic. And it's the reason I don't have homing on, because it just bends it out of shape, and don't you just hate it when it's bent out of shape? God, that's just the worst. Alright, Hushy boy, come on, you can die, I believe in you. That seems like a really bad thing to yell at someone, like, oh, you're off to a race, alright, that's cool, you can die, I believe in you. Wait a minute, I said the thing again, didn't I? I said the thing again. And what's cool is it's solely down to the trinket that makes it actually wiggle waggle like this. I mean, obviously saying the wiggle waggle trinket is actually the reason why it wiggle waggles, but an entire turning it from this stationary brimstone to this lovely wafting backwards and forth that really makes the synergy, I think that's quite special. And this Curse of Darkness just makes this look so beautiful. Oh, that was gorgeous. That was really, really gorgeous. Let's go to the cathedral and let's get real, yo. Let's get super, super real. Yes, indeed. I swear, though, my radiator is a conspiracy. I think my radiator is definitely a conspiracy, because my room gets absolutely boiling. Even right now it's boiling and it's freezing outside, and that makes no sense. So the only logical answer is, well, my heating's on, right? So I lean over and I check my radiator and it's completely off. I check other ones in the house and it's completely off, and I'm like, I don't understand. The heating's not on, but I feel like I'm being cooked alive. So either I am inadvertently, without realizing, being slow cooked in an alien oven designed to be as humane as possible by giving the cookie a vision of its life in a really happy and perfect way, because honestly having you guys in the videos really is happy and perfect for me, as cheesy as that is. That's actually a really good idea. Imagine a device that lets you cook and kill things. Alright, we're starting off rough, but bear with me here. And what it does to the thing that you're killing is puts them in a state of stasis or almost like virtual reality, kind of like the Matrix, that makes them live in an imaginary generated but perfect world for what their perspective is eternity. Like the few seconds before they die from however you're cooking them, for them lasts forever. So they just get permanent artificial bliss that they never realize. But, you know, in real life they're dead and you've eaten them. But that would be kind of a, like, really humane way to do it. Like, an alien race could totally justify the killing of sentient life forms via that method, right? I could totally see that being, like, a political issue for a galactic race of warriors that eat the flesh of those they've slain to gain their strength, like a tribal, space-faring culture. And then they have that to kind of make it humane, because everyone was like, maybe we shouldn't do this. Maybe we're kind of dicks here, so we're like, fine, we'll do this to make it better. Alright, let's go find Blue Baby. That'd be pretty cool, right, wouldn't it? And I bet you'd actually get weird fringe cases where humans are volunteering to be taken as food because they want to experience the eternity of bliss and they don't really care about anything they've got going on for them, which is both kind of sad, but at least it does give them true happiness for a little bit. So, I don't know, I think there'd be a lot of discussion on the issue. Not as much discussion, of course, as the lizard people, but, you know, I've thought about that one a lot more. Oh, look at this. Every time I see it just wafting backwards and forth, I just think, oh, that's sexy. Wait a minute, the phrasing on that. Oh, it's just sexy when it's wafting backwards and forth. Hey girl, you want to see me waft? What the fuck are you saying to me? You know, things. I'll be over here, dying. Oh no, I lost my Wiggle Waggle Worm! So look, this is what it looks like without the Wiggle Waggle Worm. How ridiculous of a difference. Like, that's just this, right? This. It's kind of alright, I guess. It's fine, a bit plain, whatever. Probably the previous one was better, but then with Wiggle Waggle, suddenly, incredibleness. I love that it has that much of an impact. Trinkets really need some more love, you know. They really do. And I like how in big rooms, it's actually a lot more angular, the curves of the brimstone, and less just sort of smoothly all the way around. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Just beautiful. So that's going to get absolutely annihilated. That is good. Ooh, a thin room going up is kind of neat. And the fact that it does form mini black holes when you first fire it. But let me do that. No, split shot, don't turn it orange. Oh, it made it red again, you son of a bitch. But it does give it quite the nice border, so I guess we got that going for us. Damn you, magnetic tears, damn you, and boom, there we go. Goodbye, Blue Baby. Let's go say hi to Mega Satan, and then all is well in the world of the Synergy Lab. Yes, indeed. All right, boom. Tell me one interesting thing that happened to you today. I forgot how to open a door. I was on my computer and I heard the door being knocked on, so I went over to it and I kind of just stood there looking at the person that was at the door, and they obviously wanted to be left in because it was someone I lived with and they'd forgotten their key, and they obviously wanted to be let in, and I'm just there staring at them. And I'm having one of those moments where my brain just cannot actually process what is happening, which, again, I think is probably a problem. But, you know, we can deal with that as well as my many others later on. And I was just legitimately there staring, just going, there's someone at the door. Cool, that's good. And obviously it's a glass door, so they could see me doing this. And they're like, can you let me in? And I'm like, have you not got a key? Which is, of course, is the most sensible question to ask, in that obviously they don't have a key situation. And they're like, no, let me in. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm still staring at the door, completely forgetting what the fuck it is that I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm just having this moment of, wait a minute, like there's this small niggling voice in my mind going, you are making yourself such an idiot right now. Open the door, get the keys, open the door. And I'm like, right, keys. So I pick up the keys and then just stand there holding the keys. Now, I will admit, in my other hand, I was holding a wriggling cat because, you know, the cat has to be picked up so doesn't get outside because it's not allowed outside yet because it's too young. So that was distracting me because I was like, for fuck's sake, cat, stop. But it was just looking back at the cat, looking back at the person at the door, looking at the keys in my other hand. I put the keys in the door, I look back at the cat, I look back at the person, and I'm still like, what? And I'm not even exaggerating. It took me about 2 fucking minutes of staring before I managed to form the brain commands to make my hand twist and open the fucking door. It was just so embarrassing. It really, really was. And then when I finally opened it, they went like, what were you doing? And I was like, I didn't realize what you wanted. That's what I came up with. That was my grand get out of jail free card there. That's what I decided needed to be a thing. I just don't understand. How do I forget how to open a door and then make no attempt to cover for myself? I'm just stood there staring at this person with a fucking wriggling cat in my hand like a fucking moron, unsure how keys operate as a 23, yeah, I think I'm 23. Yeah, that age, man. I say, man. Alright, let's kill Mega Satan and focus on my failings later on, eh? Alright, hopefully I shouldn't have to move from this spot. Yep, that's looking good. Keep it going. Keep it going. I mean, obviously I got magnetized and then pushed off, which is kind of an issue really with this. God, so many swirls in the center. Don't you just love all the swirls in the center? I certainly do. All of the best swirls, all of the time. Keep on doing it. Keep on. I love the Whippy 181. It's so neat. The one from Mums. I am glad I took a risk on that. I really, really am. And there you go, Mega Satan. There you go. I'm just going to stack up a load of other ones so when you come back up, and you should kind of immediately just die if I'm real with you. Yep, there we go. Alright, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Like if you've enjoyed this. As always, if we can hit that 1,000 mark, it would really make my dreams come proverbially true. Not really true, because I have some fucked up dreams that I don't want made reality, but you know what I'm saying. My name's been Rage. Subscribe for more. Goodbye.